He's whiny.
Yeah, like he sounds like such a bitch. He's mic mogging us here. He's probably got a better interface too.
I got the fucking Evo, bro.
You got the Evo?
The Evo.
God, dude, yeah. No, we're absolutely blown out here.
Oh, damn! I thought we were fucking ready.
This is the first time we're having a guest on, and his voice is just going to be creamier, deeper, better, higher resolution than ours.
Damn it! It's fucking. We got destroyed on our own podcast. Well, fortunately. We got a guest today, guys, listeners. This is Black Noise /Z. You know him. Needs no introduction, but we'll give him one anyway.
Ansem. Everybody knows him as Ansem.
Do they?
That's what we got to... Well, I don't know. Everyone that I've messaged has been, Ansem. And then I say Black Noise 06, and they're like, no idea who that is. I do know Ansem, though.
Okay, Ansem, Black Noise 06, Z. Man goes by many names. What is it? What's the other one? You had that alt for a second. Conzip,
yeah.
Conzip. All kinds of shit.
It's the internet, bro. You got to have multiple aliases.
Mandatory. And that's good though. See, now we have a little more crypto cloud. We're crypto adjacent. We haven't had any crypto people on yet, which is very strange.
That is true. We really have not had it. I mean, it's basically like every now and then I'll spurg about Ox doing something to our open exchange, which I'm going to do this time too, by the way, Z. I'm sorry. But I don't know. Have you picked up your Ox bag? Are we going to be filling before shilling, or can we just go straight into the shilling?
You can go straight to the shilling, bro.
Hell yeah.
Dude.
You got it.
Dude, okay. Do you follow MMA at all?
Not really, no.
Not really. Okay, do you know Khabib at least?
Yeah, I know Khabib, yeah.
So did you see the Khabib partnership with Open Exchange?
I didn't.
Oh, shit.
Right. So they partnered with him for his project. And I mean, you know the thing with Khabib, right? Like he said, I'm not going to fight anymore because I promised my mom that I wouldn't. He's at like peak career earning potential, right? Like right now, if he wanted to go back into the ring, every fight that he would do would basically like double his net worth. Like they would be just throwing money at him to do this stuff. And he's passing all of that up because of his promise to his mom, right?
Yes.
What he did not promise, though, was that he's not going to do merciless beatdowns on anyone who fails to invest in open exchange.
Hell
right?
Yeah.
He's now working with us. If you're going to FUD our bags, you know what you're doing? You're FUDing Khabib's livelihood. You're FUDing, you know who supports his mom? Khabib supports his mom.
Oh.
You FUD Khabib. You're FUDing his mom's
You're taking money out of her mouth. You're taking food out of her mouth, bro. That's crazy.
How do you think he's going to feel about that?
Bro. You can't do that, bro. That nigga's scary.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's horrifying. He's actually, and like, I don't know. I think this is just really funny because crypto kind of needs this sort of energy, right? Like, I think crypto specifically needs a bit more of the just like, I'm going to like dig in and fight for it type thing, as opposed to, oh, like they failed. It sucks. It's over. They're scammers and evil and whatever. There needs to be a little bit of that, like, okay, like it all blew up and 2 seconds later, I'm like back at it.
Yeah. I agree, bro. I agree.
You just get liquidated, try again. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then do you have an account on Open Exchange, by the way?
I do not. I don't have one yet.
So I don't either. I mean, I know this sucks. It's because literally the KYC is like actually strict, right? Like they're doing it very, very by the books, right? Because there was some sort of there were some concerns about how legitimate it may be from some investors, and they were like, okay, well, we're not going to like dick around with this stuff. We're going to play it very by the books, be very careful. And they've done that. Now I can use like the staging site and stuff like that. So I've played around with the user interface with like Funny Money, but like, unfortunately I can't actually trade on the exchange right now. And I'm unironically like considering just like leaving the country so that I can use this exchange, because one of the new things that they're doing is, so you can take collateral of any coin really, like including like Pepe or like other shit coins, and deposit it into their on-chain vaults. And you can mint then like OUSD tokens, which are basically like their on-exchange stablecoin. So like without ever having like a taxable sale, you can go and you can get like stablecoins minted as a loan.
Oh,
for that, and it's like everything. Like it's like basically every coin that I have, that's always like a really nice thing for me, because every time I've used a centralized exchange, it was an issue of like I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to send stable coins to it. It was like, okay, what am I liquidating as collateral to do this? And then it just becomes like 18 different taxable transactions to go sell this into this, move it over to this exchange. And then, that's
send the shit coin straight to the bank, Yeah. That's all you need.
Right.
What are you on these days, Z?
Bro, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say what I'm on. I can't.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm on chain, as you guys know, as always. I use Coinbase still. But there's really like no place where we can use perps efficiently.
Yes, that's true.
I can't even be like, yes, this is where I'm trading perps. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for somewhere. If you guys find a spot, let me know, please. So,
I mean, I haven't done it in a while, but I was using DYDX for a bit.
Yeah, DYDX is straight. I mean, I've used Drift. Drift is pretty cool. It's the Solana perp dex. You actually can do like low 6-fig positions pretty decently, and they don't even have like that many users yet. So when they do have a good amount of users, I think they'll do well.
Ooh, I haven't even heard of Drift. Interesting.
Yeah, Drift is cool. They're cool.
No, I onboarded to Solana a little bit after talking to you some, and there's like a shocking amount of liquidity.
Yeah, it's decent. Like it's surprising because people are like, "There's nothing you can do on Solana. Oh, the chain is dead." But
and it's like
some stuff on there.
There's no way that all of these people have so much money that like they are they're moving too much, right? Like because every single person, every single time I mention Solana, they're just like, "Dude, there's no liquidity." And it's like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like using mega giga stacks here, but like nothing is happening. Like every time I execute an order, just nothing happens. Like there's no movement in the price. I feel like the 2% depth is pretty good.
Right. Yeah, they're capping, bro. They're capping.
Of course. They're always capping. So how do you feel about our thesis here about the Solana phone being the way to get every single airdrop ever in Solana?
He has the Solana phone.
I know.
Yeah, I do.
That's why I'm asking.
Bro, I have the phone. I actually do. I think they're gonna keep pushing it hard. Like on that side, I keep missing the fucking Claynose mint. So like, you have the phone, you get a free Claynose mint. Okay. If you're like around when they drop the like the link to it, and they keep doing it in stages. But I keep missing the fucking mint because I'm always tweeting when they're about to drop the fucking thing. So I'm like, and I forget they're about to do the fucking mint. But yeah, like that on its own covers the cost of the phone by a lot.
Interesting.
One of the most popular NFTs on Sol.
Really? So how many of these have they dropped so far?
I want to say they've done at least 3, dude.
Oh damn! I need to get this phone.
So how long do they mint out in? Like how long?
Like immediately. Like pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this was what we thought. Was we were thinking, do we take our podcast funds? Do we invest in the Solana phone, and then we just sit there spamming the NFT mint drops? Is that how we're going to pay for our stuff here? Because it seems like Solana is just going to do the same exact thing. Like we're just going to do DeFi Summer on Solana, right?
Yeah, I've been thinking that's like one of my stronger theses because Solana last cycle didn't have a DeFi Summer. They didn't have any SPL tokens go up. The only thing that went up was fucking Solana on its own. And if you go back to 2020 DeFi Summer on ETH, that was where a lot of all these Ethereum guys made a ton of their money off stuff like Yearn, like Lend, which turned into Aave, Uniswap. And it was because they were early to these protocols, and there wasn't that many people using them. And Solana's in the exact same place right now. There's probably like less than 5,000 active people using all the DeFi protocols, and most of them are pre-token. So you like know you're farming the points or the airdrop, whatever. Is in a very similar place, I think, from a sentiment point of view, whereas like there's not a lot of people watching, and also like the upside if you are one of the early people.
Yes.
It also feels a lot better, like bridging over to ZK Sync to farm an airdrop that's like, like that felt like such an extremely overcrowded play to me. But like farming on Solana doesn't really feel like farming because I'm just doing stuff.
Right.
Like Solana is great for like stable swaps and whatever.
Yeah.
And like ZK Sync is just like, Like I can bridge over like $120 and I can execute an order with half that and it will like massive red candle every time I do it. And I'm like, what the like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, dude, I hate ZK Sync. I've used every chain. I think that is the one I've had the least, like the worst experience on. I don't know why, because they've raised so much fucking money. I was expecting it to be amazing because everybody's farming it. But yeah, I don't like ZK Sync, at least not in its current state.
I think we're at the point finally where like, like airdrop farming went from being like left curve to being like mid curve at this point now.
Yep.
And as a result of that, I think it's just really, really crowded every time. Like Arbitrum was good, I guess, but that was like, you had to be like a year early to that one.
Yeah. You had to have been farming it in like 2021, 2022.
Yeah, Arbitrum was done really well. I like that airdrop because that was one of the ones where you saw like literally the people who were Arbitrum maxis and had been using every single whatever app on the chain without even looking. I mean, they were looking for airdrop, but like they literally were using stuff every day, like every month.
Yeah, no, that was me. Like Arbitrum was my like layer for like everything that I did. Basically anything but NFTs for all of the bull market, just because I was too fucking poor to be spending $400 for every Ethereum swap. So I was like, wow, this is really lucky.
Yeah. Arbitrum, I only got on Arbitrum because of Zor. He was farming some fucking shitty coin, some like neon. That's what it was, like Neon Cat coin. And then I was like, oh, let me try this out. And I got like an NFT on Arbitrum that I never ever used ever again. And yeah, and then ultimately, I had a pretty decent airdrop, but I lost half of it because of Coinbase, and they won't let me access it until they officially add Arbitrum to their thing, which really annoyed the shit out of me. I don't know why I tried to use Coinbase's fucking DEX. That's in app, yeah. It's still there. I check it all the time. It's just that I have to wait until they officially add Arbitrum to use it.
Because Coinbase is doing what was the meme? Like everyone was saying that the Coinbase base layer 2 was just a KYC scam to get everyone.
Yeah,
like
a fake
that was fake, I assume, right?
I hope so. I hope so. Because they got.
I don't know, dude. It feels like a KYC scam. They everything on Coinbase. I've never. Every time I use one of their things, like if you try to use a chain that they don't like, they'll just like block your wallet from doing it, which just seems very anti-DEX to me. I use Coinbase for like on ramp and off ramp, but other than that, it's like this place.
I use Gemini, man. I just can't. Everything Coinbase has ever done to me has just been like this is. I mean, my mom went on and she tried to buy Solana. And somehow through the process of buying, like they obfuscated the fact that it was buying and staking Solana. And so she wound up staking the Solana. But then on the particular browser she was using, those 3-dot pull down bars where you can like go to unstake it, it didn't like show up on whatever browser she was using. And so we spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to unstake her Solana so that she could like do something with it. And it wasn't until I pulled out my computer and opened it up and realized, oh, the button to unstake the Solana just doesn't it wasn't properly coded into this web browser. It literally doesn't exist on this web browser, and it did on Safari.
It's not a rug you just can't sell, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I was like,
literally,
so crazy. Because I mean, and then with the base layer 2 like bald scam thing, it was basically like the first shitcoin on this Coinbase layer 2 that they released, and everyone was saying, "Oh, you can't sell." Like the DEX on the chain went down. Like, so it became a honeypot just by virtue of everything breaking.
Yeah, lead swap. Yeah, whatever the thing was called.
Oh, I haven't used that yet either. I feel like I'm a little bit out of the loop this time. I've just been chilling on the meme coins and just I just got on Unibot. I just got on Unibot last week. I'm so behind.
Yeah, dude.
You got to get on the on-chain degens, bro.
Yeah, no, I actually really do like this Unibot, though. I use this app all the time now. This shit is fire.
It's nice. It's
very nice. Being able to trade from your phone very seamlessly without having to deal with all the all the fucking confirmations and this and that is just that alone makes this shit look worth $1,000 a coin. I don't care.
It's really funny to me that. Go for it.
I was gonna say that, bro. The amount of times I've been out drinking on my mobile MetaMask, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to the Uniswap app. I gotta click, then it fails. I gotta click again, and it fails again. I'm like, bro, it's extremely difficult just to do. One of the reasons, bro, when I bought Pepe, it was Friday night. I was at my boy's birthday thing, off hella shots. I buy it. and the first transaction failed. Like, if I wasn't paying attention and like didn't try it again, I would be so pissed, bro. Because I woke up the next day and was up how many multiples. But like, Unibuy just makes that a lot easier, like that process, because they handle all the bullshit.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I'm fine paying the extra little transaction fee if it means it's not going to fail.
It's not that bad of a transaction fee, honestly.
Dude, on-chain stuff, bro, is just like failed transaction. Like, I don't know if I'm doing something horribly wrong with my slippage settings or whatever, but I literally, like, it's probably 1 out of 3 transactions that I'm failing.
Well, now you have to actually get your slippage correctly. For like years, I just had it at 50%. I was like, don't you fucking cuck me, bro. I don't care. I don't care, dude. But now it's like you have to have that shit within like 0.5%, or you're gonna get MEV-bot.
Yeah, you get sandwiched out of everything. I don't know, dude. I think it's really funny that so many crypto apps have been like, okay, we're going to put like 7 layers of security on top of this. And like, actually what the market is telling us that it wants is like less security. Like, we
like,
want
just
to
let
deposit.
us click, bro. Like, legit.
Yeah. Like, they're like, we want to do it from our phones. We want to be able to fund wallets that, like, I don't even know. Maybe someone else has the keys who fucking, like, you know, like, every time you generate wallets in Unibot, it's like, who is to honestly say that the developers don't have access to the keys?
Bro, I was thinking about that today. I was like, I don't know if I care, dude. Just give me my shit, dude. Coinbase has my keys too, dude. It's fine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if we all get drained tomorrow, I'll be like, you know what? It was our fault. I can't even front.
I mean, the smart play would be like reaching maximum market saturation and then just like rugging everyone, like just draining like every single Unibot user's wallet all at once. Because if they just take one person's money, there's going to be some on-chain sleuth detective guy who's going to go around and say like, oh, like they're untrustworthy. They moved these funds, and everyone else is going to drain their wallets from there. But if they get everyone all at once, I think we see like actual Holocaust blood on the streets. Like, it will be over for the industry.
It's okay. I think it's only the gens are willing to do something this stupid though. So it'll just be us, and we'll just be like, yeah, it's our fault. We deserve this. We gave the Telegram bot our private key. So, what do I expect?
Yo, what have you guys' settings been like? What are the features that you like most about it?
I like the updated P&L and the alerts. The alerts are really nice, and like the automatic buy sell button right there when you get the alert. It's like, this shit went down 20%. You want to sell right now? Absolutely. Yeah,
bro. The alerts give me anxiety, dude. Like, I had to turn some of them off. I buy something at like whatever 300, 400K market cap, and it's like, you're up 100%, you're up 200%, and I sell and I check the next day, and it's like, wait, I would have had a 10x. Like, some of that stuff like, I had to turn off because like I was just too aware of it.
Yeah, it does make you like a little too trigger happy though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why some of these charts are all like Eiffel Towers. I like try my best to avoid a lot of the super early stuff. I'd rather look for things that are like in the 1 to 5 mil, and I think they can like last for a good bit. That's what I try and do.
I can't do the super fast road. Like, all of the Milady group chats do this thing where they're like, this is a 28K market cap, bro, and then they're like trying to ride it up to 1 mil, and it's like a new one of these every 4 hours. Yeah. I feel like I'm actually going schizophrenic when I like read what they're doing.
I have too much
to just be. Yeah, like I
have too much like
my computer on amphetamines all day long doing this.
Well, true. I have PTSD from like the DeFi summer though, of like buying like shit that just launched, like, and then it rug pulls or honeypots. So I'm gonna wait till I always wait till it's like I'll start watching it like 0.5 mil, and then like if it gets near 1 mil, I'm like, all right, now it's like now I feel a little confident to buy it. But I pretty much will never buy before 1 mil. It's very rare that I do, unless I like know who made it.
So you guys have a pretty mature on-chain this year.
No, I just been wrecked so many times that now I'm like, all right, what have I done wrong in the past? Let's fix it this time.
How do you guys figure out when to sell? Because this is like my big thing. Is like I think my last like five on-chain trades have been buying something, writing it up a 2 to 4x, and then selling at my entry after it comes down again, like every time.
Yo, I mean, it's tough, bro. It's like you have to figure out which teams you think are going to be around for like a longer period. And honestly, I don't even know what the best way to describe how to do that is. But I will say like 80% of the early alts that launch at whatever 500K, they're not going to get past that 10 mil mark. So like you have to think with that in mind, like be really, I don't know what the word is. strict with which ones you want to hold long term. Like most, you got to think about like I did a poll on this the other day. I was like, "What's your monthly expenses?" Or like how much do you spend a month? And it kind of put things into perspective for me. Like a ton of people who are in the U.S., their monthly expenses are like 1 ETH. Yeah. So it's like if you throw like 0.2, 0.3 ETH at a shitcoin, whatever, at whatever 500K market cap goes to 1.5 mil, you covered your expenses for the month. And there's some people who are really just trading like that. I don't care if it goes to 10 mil plus. Like they're like, okay, yeah, I'm in, I'm out. Like, yeah, especially if you're in a country where a lot of people like that. So
especially if you're in a country where like 50K is like a good amount of money to have. Like that's like, right. You're chilling. Then
like your poll was like people in the US, and that's like theoretically like the highest standard of living, right? So basically every other country is going to be like my monthly expenses are like 0.2 ETH or something.
Yeah, exactly. The euros in my mentions were like, dude, you're so out of touch. What the hell? Why is this poll so high? What's wrong with you? I was like, Jesus, man. Like, I don't know.
Like, we're living the hard life out here. You gotta.
I know. Why are you mad at me, bro?
I'm not selling for less than 5K ever. Like for less than 5K, it's like I'd rather fucking just not even get in the coin, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why. Like, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
I am starting to kind of like because the amount of like mental, I don't know. Like the amount of anxiety that I have just being in a position is not really worth like something under like 5 to 10K anymore. Right.
Yeah.
Like it's that number has grown for me in the same way that like I'm selling like cars and motorcycles to move. And I'm like, is this actually worth it? Like I'm selling this motorcycle for like $7,000 and I've had like 5 people come and just like spend 30 minutes of my time like bullshitting about bikes and stuff. And I'm like, is this fucking worth it? Like, this is like, this is going to be like hours of my life trying to like, fuck.
Yeah. The time value of money definitely changes when you have different, like, you know, just like standard of living. You know, when I was in New York City, like my entire whatever was different. Now I'm a little more chill about it because my expenses are like half as much as they used to be. But even still, it's still obviously much higher than like if I was in Brazil or something.
No, it's facts, bro. It's facts.
Selling a motorcycle for like 2 ETH or something.
So
it seems like a bad conversion rate.
2 ETH? Oh yeah, that's kind of low actually. So yeah, so Z, this is you're gonna bull post for us. This is the bottom. We're officially at the bottom of we're starting the new bull market. Is that right?
Yeah, man. I'm full on bull mode. Like I'm pretty confident that I don't think even if we go down to say, I think the lowest we'll go is like 25K. Like. What is it on ETH? Like 1,700 or 1,650, whatever. Even if we do double bottom around there, it's like you're not really. I think your focus should be on accumulating over these next 6 months. If you're a day trader, then obviously you have a different skill set. But if you're somebody who has a regular job and you're just like trying to invest in crypto to whatever leapfrog, whatever. Like wealth tier, I think it makes a lot more sense to try and research which altcoins you think are going to outperform in the bull market, because I do think we have some time until 2024, which is probably going to be much clearer from like a macroeconomic backdrop. But if you don't have the bullish mindset now, you're not going to be looking for long opportunities. You're going to be like, oh, well, I'm waiting for the recession crash to buy. I'm waiting for this to happen to buy. I'm waiting for this like black swan event. And I just think that's generally the wrong mindset to have, because you're not going to be like actively looking for opportunities. You're going to be waiting for something bad to happen. And that's how you miss a ton of stuff in crypto, especially when like Bitcoin and ETH have been same price for like 3-4 months now.
Yeah. That's usually the sign for me.
And if like stuff is happening on chain, you're just way better spending your time trying to figure out what's going to pop off there. Like you could literally have not looked at the ETH chart since the beginning of April and made money in crypto if you were really looking for stuff. Like you didn't even need to watch what ETH was at. It's been the same price.
Yeah. I would be shocked if we go below 1,600 ever again. I mean, like I don't keep a good eye on ETH, but like obviously I keep a lot of my like funds in ETH and whatever. So I'm like, and it's been like I haven't had to touch it in like a while. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're here. I feel like this is the bottom for everything. I mean, I still don't touch NFTs with a 10-foot pole, but I am always like hesitant. I'm always like keeping my eye out for those, because I feel like those will come back soon.
Yeah, NFTs are super hard to time.
I feel like there was a period where both me and Z were thinking that this was like an echo bubble. We were going down. maybe, I don't know, like somewhere between 2025 again. And I like intuitively, I want to say like timing wise, it all does line up with an echo bubble, but like it just doesn't fucking go down. Like it refuses to break down. So like I'm sort of starting to flip my thesis just based on like it's just holding this level too much, too hard. Like people don't seem to, like who is left to sell at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. They've hit us with so much, bro. Like SEC sued Coinbase, like sued Binance, the DOJ stuff already happened. And Bitcoin just held 25K. That was like the peak of all the FUD. And then that was also right when BlackRock or whatever it was announced their like
the Bitcoin
ETF. And it's like, I don't think they really would do something like that unless they had somewhat of confidence that whatever current legislation or current stuff is going on was going to trend in the favor of crypto. Because why else would they say it now? If they thought they could buy at 15K again, why would they announce that?
Yeah, and
now?
if it's BlackRock, it's like it's not even like, oh, I think it's going to go this way. It's like, oh, these people have like a substantial ability to just influence the direction that it goes, right?
Yeah,
right. Like exactly. Like they were definitely buying in like the 15 to 17K range, in my opinion. That's why I just think this, like the macro bottom is in. We could chop around and go down for like next 6 months, but I think the lows are in. So.
Yeah. And it's something where like at this point, like I think everybody is confident enough that in a year, nobody's going to care if you lose, like, you know, who cares if you buy Bitcoin at 29K or 25K?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So do you feel like that? Do you feel confident about until the end of 2020, until the beginning of 2024, at least for accumulation?
Yeah, I think definitely like the next 6 months or not even 6 months, I guess 4 months. Next 4 months are like best time to be building spot positions, especially if you're trying to play like the long-term games role, which I think some people, it's like more beneficial to do. But yeah, I'm pretty confident. Like right now is the time to buy. And even like, even if you're not, even if you're playing like short-term stuff, there's like rotations happening with altcoins if you're really watching them that are going on while Bitcoin and ETH are just jerking around.
Yeah.
It is really weird that like, it seems like even the mid-tier alts aren't really doing anything, while just like it's just low cap mayhem, right? Like you almost, if you want to go look at like a top 20 chart in crypto, like it seems like the coin market cap top 20 isn't doing shit. And then everything on chain is just insane, like 1,000,000% increases or decreases on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, as long as gas stays at like, what is this, like $20 max, you know, I'm down with all the on-chain plays. It's only when
I don't think that's going to happen, Verse. I'm sorry.
It's like a month or so while it's like still bullshit, and like I never have to pay more than $20. That's fine.
So what do we do for this next bull run, though? Actually, like, because I mean, last bull run we were hitting $300-$400 gas fees. If ETH does like what we're saying, like 10K, like people are not gonna fucking pay $1,000.
Oh no. Yeah, that's when you move to. That's why it's gonna be on L2s. I'd be really shocked if like the coins on ETH are the ones that blow up. I mean, they're gonna go up as always because that's what ETH is. But like, there's gonna be a bunch of the ETH boomers. Like the ETH people are now turning into like the Bitcoin people, where they're like, oh yeah, like we don't have to change or do anything differently. Like everyone, the money's here, the liquidity's here, and it's like, I don't know, dude. I think that's like a totally unsustainable thesis because new entrants to the market are simply not willing to pay like literally half of their rent payment on a swap fee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in the same boat, dude. I think I've said for a while I don't really think ETH will go higher than 10K. I'm like pretty sure on that, just because I think there's so many L2s now. And if you look at like what they're doing with EIP 4844, like the blob transactions, that's going to make it even cheaper to transact on rollups. So they'll compete more with some of these other L1s. I think if that happens, and then you have the rollups paying less to settle like the cost on the L1, the fees on ETH L1 are going to go down as long as activity goes to these L2s. But for that to balance out, like for the same amount of fees to get paid on ETH L1, the activity on these L2s is going to have to increase a ton. And when that happens, it makes more sense to me that the L2 tokens, whichever ones win out those with users, are going to go up a ton more. So that's why I like the Solana trade. which I talked about a ton already. But then also like the L2 tokens, stuff like Optimism, Arbitrum. I think whichever ones win that race are also going to be good plays long term, because we really don't know what the like what it's going to look like, what ETH market cap is compared to L2s that are doing really well, like what the percentage of ETH's market cap they're going to be. I kind of look at Ethereum as not just one L1 now, but more representative of ETH and all the rollups built on top of it. So I think that's how you should look at it in general.
Do you have any thoughts on which L2 is going to run away?
I like Optimism, dude.
Yeah, I like Optimism too. I was about to just say that. I know a lot of companies building on Optimism.
I was about to say that basically every smart like programmer autist guy I know is saying that Optimism has already won between Optimism and Arbitrum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I obviously have nothing that I can say that's going to support either side of this, but it just seems it's literally every single smart person I know is saying that Optimism won and don't even bother with Arbitrum.
Yeah, I mean, that's every project I know that's building something that I've talked to is building on Optimism, so that kind of confirms it. Plus, like, their rollups are really good, and like they just have and then a lot of projects I know that are like the bigger projects, they're like forking Optimism and like improving on it, etc. So like, I'm pretty bullish on that.
Does the token do anything though?
No, but here's the thing though.
It could,
yeah. Because it's an L2, they can make it so that you can use any coin for gas. I mean, they're going to probably integrate what is it, EIP 50, whatever, the one that's like the abstract account abstraction, that one. They can implement that, and then boom, any coin could be gas, and then it's simple.
I really want to do away with this DAO token shit, honestly. Like if we go in shit. Yeah, if we go into 2024 and we're still doing this, because like the other thing is fundamentally, like I don't want there to be a democratic vote of cryptocurrency users ever, right? Like they vote for the wrong things. Like I would prefer to pick any random one person from that group and let them just decide anything than like have the whole group of them pick, because it seems like you just wind up mid-curving every single vote ever, right? Like there's like one or two communities of DAO votes that I think haven't totally effed everything up. Maybe like the floor DAO people, but like everything else has just been like a bunch of weird, incongruent opinions that wind up either like totally like castrating the protocol or just like wasting time and funds on like useless nonsense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like here's the thing. It's like what's that law in politics that like if you give like Congress the right to like vote over stuff, they'll always vote to like increase their own pay. It's like it's the same thing with like any like DAO. Yeah, eventually they always vote to like give revenue sharing back to like the DAO and to like make them make more money. So ultimately, I always think it's like a shitty idea.
It works really well if the idea of the DAO is to like pump the token. And if it's to do like anything other than that, it's really bad.
Yeah,
I think this one. Go for it.
I think optimism is interesting because of how many chains they're going to have using the OP stack. I think the way that they could draw revenue back to OP is like if they do some sort of thing with a shared sequencer. So like if all these rollups using the same sequencer, and then like they're somehow taking a cut of that, like I don't know, in OP in some way. So like there are ways that they could do it. But I think the OP stack is really smart as far as incentivizing multiple different teams to use their SDK to build out rollups, because there's going to be multiple enterprises, teams that want their own specific rollup, and it's a good play, I think, long term.
So I straight up don't know what a rollup is. Is this like an L2 of an L2 or like
no rollups are like how you batch transactions. It's like they basically you just put all those transactions together in like in abstract form, and then you check them with like a proof, and then basically just makes it a lot faster, because right now like every single transaction is added to the block manually, and then they're all like worked through it, etc. And then instead now you can do like a proof of the transaction abstractly. It takes less computing power. And then it gets put into the block, and then it can be challenged later on, like after the fact.
Oh, okay.
So it's like an abstract transaction now.
Is it more computationally intensive than like one transaction?
No.
Oh, cool.
Like the batch is like
so is this something that like the ETH L1 can't do?
I mean, it's doing like the L2s put the transaction on the L1.
Yeah, I mean they're basically just like they're separate blockchains, and they can like combine all the transactions that happen off chain, and they provide a proof of all these transactions and settle them on ETH-L1. So like ETH-L1 has like a ton of state bloat just because of how long it's been around and how they manage state, and then on its own, like the EVM is just not all that optimized. So like all these rollups essentially avoid the problem that you have on ETH mainnet, and it's like super congestion.
What do you mean by state bloat?
State bloat meaning like all the transactions that have ever happened in ETH's history. You have to essentially verify some segment of those transactions whenever you do something new on ETH mainnet. So it's like since ETH has been around for so long, that
it has a very long chain of blocks.
So you have to like download all the transactions effectively, which is like gigabytes and gigabytes. Whereas like in a roll up, they'll use like a what is that, Merkle proof? No, not a Merkle proof. They use some other algorithm. But effectively, you just have to verify like different nodes, like the transaction, like the uncles and like neighboring transactions, and then you can use the encryption and like hash up the hash or whatever up the tree, and it's effectively like a few megabytes versus several gigs. So it's like done via like a algorithm to like an algorithm that like hashes all of the inputs of like the different blocks. So it's a lot more abstract, but it's like essentially you're verifying a text file versus verifying the entire chain.
Is this why it takes so much gas to launch a contract on Ethereum?
Yes, basically.
Okay. That was basically what I was wondering.
Yeah. And I'm sure that like we gave like the most like rudimentary explanation. Yeah, I should be more versed in how to explain it, considering I write about it all day. But what can you do?
I guess I should be too, but
but this is literally what I write about all day is like roll ups and shit.
Really?
So it'd be like intuitive, but you know, here we are. I turn my work brain off. But yeah, so the roll ups are the way to go, and then obviously like the ZK stuff is getting more likely to show up. It probably won't happen on. I don't know. There's a few people who are working on ZK stuff all day, and like I feel like at least one of those are going to launch, and that makes the fees effectively like nothing. You can do like hundreds of thousands of transactions in the time that Ethereum can do like a normal block.
So do you think by the time that we hit the next bull run, we're just going to be doing everything on like optimism or whatever, and I'm not going to be sitting here like Jewishly complaining about my gas fees? Or do you think that's going to be a token marker of like the Lucas experience?
No. I think like by like the next run, all that shit will be like we use daily. Like everyone will just be on like the more advanced rollups and the ZK rollups and stuff like that. That stuff is around the corner.
Because I have been avoiding showing my mom ETH mainnet.
You should not, bro. Yeah, there's no point.
I was basically like, I just never will, right? Like, it was hard enough getting her to make a Solana wallet, you know, saying like, okay, you got to copy these 24, and I was like, okay, we can do the 12-word version. and she was like, oh, that's so, you know, she just didn't want to copy it down, and then I think she wound up texting me the seed phrase.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, no, we got to keep boomers away from ETH mainnet.
It is really funny how many people like there needs to be a big shiny banner around all crypto that says like, do not take a picture of your seed phrase, because nobody knows. Like when I first started, like I didn't know. Like my main wallet that I used for everything for years and years actually was a wallet that I had just input into my Google Keep file. Not only did I write it down, but I also had a picture of it as a backup, right? Which, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you want a picture. You know, here's the thing though. I mean, like within the next couple of years, probably even faster than that, like probably before this bull run, like chains are going to implement account abstraction. And with that, you can make it super user friendly because they don't have to worry about like things like that, right? So like, you can effectively add like the perks of a centralized exchange to DeFi, and cool. Like give people more freedom with like, for example, you can get the protocol to help you recover your seed phrase or your password, right? And like no human would have to deal with it. Or you can do things like use any coin for gas. You can use Pepe for gas. You can use a stable coin, etc. Like you could do like a lot more tricks and trade that makes like the user experience a lot better. And once we have like account abstraction across the board, like it's being proposed for Ethereum. I doubt they implement it for a while. It's been proposed for like a year already. But like on the L2s, it'll probably happen way faster. So once that happens, it'll be like the user friendly. It'll like the floodgates will open.
Is there a way that an L2 could propose like account abstraction without it being active on the ETH mainnet?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They don't have to do the same thing. That's like one of the advantages of rollups. Like the ETH developers are aware that one of the biggest things for Ethereum is its security. That's why they take so long whenever they're pushing updates. But rollups also allows them to iterate much faster on implementing all these EIPs that you weren't able to do on mainnet. So yeah, that's one of the advantages of rollups.
Is there like a security decrease that comes with that, or is it just?
I mean, same way with any software, really. But it's just like with Ethereum, there's some things that you just don't want to implement. That just makes more sense to try out on the rollups first. But you also have teams like fully dedicated to doing that. So.
Yeah.
So where do we think that centralized exchanges stand in the next like year or two? Like what's their role in the next bull run if we wind up basically just moving everything on chain?
I think there's going to be a lot more of the combination, like the half DEX, half centralized exchange, like those combinations. I think
that's basically what Open Exchange is doing, I guess, right? Where they have all the matchmaking done off chain, and they have all of the collateral that's on chain, so that you have like, it's a lot easier to prove out your solvency and prove out that you are like trustworthy if all of your assets are on chain. Like it's especially if people are saying like, oh, like I'm worried about like the people backing this exchange, and you can say, okay, well, you don't have to be because here's their wallets.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do, like as you said, with transparency, like if you're using ZK stuff or whatever, that you don't necessarily have to have the entire exchange on chain. Like you can have some of the logic off chain, and then some stuff on chain, like the proofs and stuff like that. But there's a lot of smart teams working on it. I think Cube is one of them. They're doing something similar, I think. IDEX, I think, is doing something similar. But that like DEX-SEX hybrid is going to be a lot more common next bull run. Obviously, I don't think the centralized exchanges are going to go away anytime. I think they're going to be the main onboarding place for users. But I do think you're going to have that shift where more of these, I guess, more DeFi-esque platforms can kind of get closer to replicating the speed of these centralized exchanges. So you'll see more of those, I think.
I'm excited to see if there's some way that keeping the collateral on chain prevents people from having to do KYC. Like that's really the big thing for me is if somebody can like provably avoid KYC in the US in like New York City or something like that, like in an actually serious jurisdiction for this. That is like the holy grail.
Well, here's the thing, though. You're going to get hit with the thing that Uniswap just got hit with is that your DEX is a DEX, but your front end is centralized. And then so now you just fucking wreck your front end with KYC and stuff. And then they can't like continue to operate.
Wait, are they going to make us KYC for Uniswap?
I mean, they just made the exchange go down, right? The actual like routers and stuff still work. So you can like still do like use things like Paraswap and whatever, like so they can like go in via terminal, but like the front end's down. Like if you go to Uniswap right now, it's like dead. It's a dead site. So I guess they're trying to figure out what to do.
What did I miss? I was out for like 3 days, man. It
happened in like the last like 3 days. Like I've noticed that like I went to Uniswap and it's just not working. But none of the things that are connected to it are broken, right? So like Unibot is connected to Uniswap. It's fine. Paraswap's still fine.
So we're gonna have to like cope our way around the front end of being totally BTFO forever.
So far, that's the case. I mean, unless they start to like stop being annoying with like legislation, that seems to be how they're trying to get people.
That is annoying. Yeah, I mean, like,
but I mean, I'm okay with like learning the terminal. I'm okay, like, I mean, I can already use it, but like, if I have to trade that way, I have to do it.
But it's just like I'm trying to onboard people, man. I'm trying to not have to like. Do like a 25-minute tutorial course on how to use like the like Uniswap, like how to call from contract.
Well, to do is just use Coinbase. Like Coinbase already integrated DEX and stuff into their app, right? And for the average user who's not trying to do like super crazy shit, like it's just fun. Like for me, I'm trying to do stuff and they're blocking me, right? But the average person is not trying to go to chains that they're not using. They're not supporting.
Banned chains. Banned.
Yeah, they're not worried about banned chains or chains that just haven't onboard support for yet. So for the average user,
I can't wait for this, man. This is going to be the most annoying thing ever is when So like when we say, okay, so it seems that the U.S. government is actually going to be supporting crypto. It looks like they're not going to just dead end all of it. That's awesome. However, they're still being retards about it, and they're coming in and they're saying, well, it looks like optimism is the better tech, but like Senator Gensler invested in Arbitrum tokens, so we're going to ban and DDoS the entire like Optimism like dev stack, right? Like we're gonna take down their website, we're gonna take down the SDK, we're gonna find some legal way to just completely cut the head off.
Yeah, don't put that evil in the world, dude. No, I don't need to hear that shit, dude.
Maybe they didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they didn't think about it, and then they listen to this podcast, and then they're fucking now they're pilled on that shit, dude. They don't come up with these ideas. They come up with these ideas like 2 years late.
I would be really good at like being a corrupt senator. I have to.
Yeah, you would. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm great at breaking systems. Fuck, I don't know. Dude, I just got a message from one of my buddies in the UK actually. So he was you know the thing with Ox where you can like stake it and you can get free
Flex?
Free trading fees.
Oh, yeah.
He did that. And so you know how we were talking about how like Bitcoin and Ethereum have just been doing nothing for the last like however many months?
Mm-hmm.
He's just been running grid bots. But because grid bots, like the main thing that you worry about with grid bots is like the fees on trades. But like if you stake Ox, you get free trading fees. He's just been like minting. Like he's got a grid bot running at like 180% APY or something just on like a Bitcoin crab range. Like
hell yeah.
So I really need to be able to use. I have so much staked Ox, and I wish I was the free fees.
I wish I was good at this fucking like arbitrage shit where you can just like run an op like that. But that's not my. I'm not good at that.
Well, this isn't even. This is what he's done basically with his stables. Is he just said, you know how grid bots work, right? You set up like I don't know, 10 lines above the current price at evenly spaced intervals, 10 lines below, and then as it goes down, it buys. As it goes up, it sells. Mm-hmm. And then so like let's say you go to bed, it's like 1900 on ETH. And then you wake up and it's also 1900, but it will have moved some in the night and you will have made some amount of money on the movement, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta stick to the meme coins because I'm retarded. So there's no, I can't do any of that advanced shit,
It's like the Degen Spartan 8% yield trade, right?
Yeah, dude. Nah, dude. I gotta stick to 50,000x on Pepe on shit coins.
Yeah, dude,
that's all. That's my
version. I don't know any of that shit, bro. I'm a shitcoin guy. Shitcoin.
Simple as. That's American, dude. That's pure America right
American,
there.
Yeah, bro.
That's American as fuck. I just realized
you guys seem to have good built out shitcoin systems though. Like it's just going by like market cap. That's something that like because you know when I first started doing it, I didn't really like look at market cap that much. Mm-hmm. You know, I would look at charts, and now I'm realizing like it kind of
charts are fake. Well, they're kind of fake. Well, they're sort of real.
Charts are actually totally real for shitcoins because, like, that's the only thing that anyone is trading by, right?
Yes, they're kind of real, yes, but they're also
chart patterns on the majors. It's like I don't know. That shit gets a little bit spooky, man. But chart patterns on shitcoins, like, I have awesome luck predicting what's going to happen based off of just.
Well, everyone is also thinking about it via like it like memes itself into reality, but when it's a low cap, that chart is fake. Like unless it's like above like 5-10 mil, like 5 mil, I think is about where it starts. Like if it's below 5 mil, that chart is like bullshit. Like nothing about the chart's real. It can go to zero in like 12 seconds. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I basically figured out that like looking at the liquidity to market cap ratio is something I need to care about. Looking at the market cap overall, and then like the chart third, right? But
yeah, for sure.
I now.
Oh no, but you missed the most important part. The handle, dude. The ticker is the most.
Yeah,
that's the most important part, dude. The ticker is where the money's made, dude.
When
fuck anything else.
Obama Sonic 10 Inu came out.
No, but the ticker is Bitcoin. See,
right? When that came out, I was like, this is gonna be like a fucking new meta, man. Like this, it was simply too funny. Like I instantly knew that this was gonna be like an untouchably funny thing. And I proceeded to invest and then take profits at like a 3x.
And you missed the bolt on that one, unfortunately.
Dude, they gave me like 4 t-shirts.
Bro, I have 2 t-shirts right now, and I don't even have a bag. That's fucked up.
I have the same t-shirt that Z has. I think is his pinned tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I wear it all the time when I go grocery shopping. Everyone loves it.
Do people recognize it?
It's amazing.
Nobody recognizes it at all.
Nice.
Everyone's like, "You're really obnoxious, Lucas." Like,
No, that shirt is fire.
I don't live somewhere where you see people going around wearing shit like this, right? Like, I live in like a very small, like stuffy, like uppity town, and I go around wearing this like neon, like Harry Potter Obama, and everyone else is wearing like church clothes and suits and shit.
That's the way to do it. We need boots
it.
on the ground shilling, bro. We need the shill force active.
Dude, I gotta buy another bag if I'm gonna be chilling that stuff out.
Yeah, I need to buy another. I'm actually really mad because I don't have enough ox, and now it's going crazy.
Same. I mean, like I have a fair amount of ox, but like I could have more.
We could always have more. That's how I feel about Solana too. But Solana's it's cooling right now. I still have time. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna keep playing these meme coins and keep stacking. That's it.
That's what I do, bro. Roll out my meme coin profits into fucking Coinbase and Solana. I'm cooling.
Get the suicide stack. That's all you need.
So Solana is where you're just chilling with profits.
Solana, yeah.
I think it's going back to all time high. So I'm like, why am I even thinking about selling it at 25, 26? Like, I don't care.
True.
Well, I was just wondering what everyone's rolling profits into, because I currently I have some amount of stables that I still like. I've been holding some like smallish like 5-fig amount of stables, and I haven't done anything with them for like 6 months.
Solana.
And I'm just looking, and I'm like, literally anything I would have bought has at least like tripled.
You need that. You need that 1,000 Solana so you don't kill yourself, dude. That's the thing.
All you need, bro. Put in a ledger.
1,000 Solana it takes you into the promised land, bro.
That's it, bro. That's it.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
it,
I don't know.
bro.
I was kicking myself for not just going all in on my own project on Ox, because I would be up.
Here's the thing, though.
I would be up like 800% or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got to be an Ox. Ox seems like it's going to go far, but like Solana, like it went to 250 last time and it kept breaking. Now it's probably not going to break, hopefully. And
we're thinking the market cap wasn't the ceiling, the chart wasn't the ceiling. It was just that the shit kept breaking.
Yeah, no, unironically, yeah.
Legit,
like
bro.
that's literally what, because it was going to like, it went to 250 or 300 really, and it kept breaking, and people were like, all right, fuck this shit. If it didn't keep breaking near all time high, that shit would be at like 1,000, dude.
Was that actually like it was just the chain broke so much that it self-fudded?
Yes, that's literally it. Because that shit was like popping every day. Everyone was like, they were minting NFTs on it. They started to drop shit coins. Like it was starting to like actually pop off. But then they're like, they did that. It kept, like the actual chain went down, like the servers or something. I can't remember the exact problem that happened. But by the way,
Verse, nerf your gain just a little bit, or maybe a decent bit. It looks like you're mogging everyone else.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Did I do the game? Did I do it? Or is it?
Yeah, that seems good. So is Solana actually better than like all of the new, like, you know, that I just assume that after like 3 years of a bunch of people trying to develop new like L2s or whatever, like ZK Sync shit, like,
well, Solana's at L1.
So true, actually. But like,
yeah. also this is, you got to remember, like this happens to every chain, right? Because I remember in 2018, Ethereum kept like it gets unusable every single time. But when what's that shit called? The Pokemon thing. When that shit like minted, it like literally like practically broke. You couldn't even use the chain. It would take like 30 minutes for a transaction, and they fixed it up a bit, blah blah blah. And now it's just the price that people complain about. But like, you know, it takes like Solana was launched and like got to all time high. It was like a year and a half before that. Like it's still fairly new. Now they worked out some bugs. Now they, now people start building on it, and then it gets to its real like all time high. You know, if it's below four figs is FUD, dude. I'm thinking like Ethereum 2021 like 1,500. That's the goal. That's the vision.
For real.
Damn, you're Super Bowl, bro. Super Bowl.
I'll sell if it stops, but the vision is 1,500. But 1,000, I'm happy.
I mean, yeah. So like the way I look at it, and Lucas, to your point about why like have no chains outperform Solana tech wise yet, I do think that like it is true or possible that stuff maybe like Monad or whatever other chains like say may come out. They may be like compete with Solana on the tech side of things as far as like their throughput and CPS. But currently in its current state, I think Solana is the only chain that has isolated fee markets and parallelization, which means like when apps spike fees in one part of Solana's state, it doesn't affect the other apps on the chain. So if you're paying super high fees because this NFT mint is happening and you want to beat everybody else for that NFT mint. That's not affecting the perp decks that's also on Solana happening at the same time because of how they
no, that's hands down the coolest thing about Solana.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like it's called like isolated fee markets. And it's generally, I just feel like it's something that people don't know because Solana gets flooded so hard by everybody in crypto. No, what I was going to say is
it's really, really nice to just not have the whole thing break whenever a big thing goes down, right? Like when I'm just trying to like do a swap on ETH and it's like, oh, it's $800 gas.
Like it's so ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, like the Bored Apes released a new like other side mint or something. And I'm just like, this is fucking annoying.
Yeah. So even if there are other chains that also have parallel execution that could implement similar things with isolated fee markets, but Solana is way ahead from a community standpoint, developer relations standpoint, developer tooling standpoint. And that's the difference, I think, right now, where these other chains are going to have 2 years of catching up to do. That Solana has already done. And then as far as bootstrapping those communities, because all of these chains are launching at multi-billion-dollar valuations, whereas Solana launched at 200, 300, whatever. It was trading at $300, $400 million market cap in public markets for an extended period of time because the L1 trade was not as popular yet. So that's why you have such a strong community of these like Solana manlets, is because they were able to buy in similar to how people bought into ETH when it was super low. And I don't think you're going to see that happen as frequently now because the VCs are like, oh, Solana went from $1 to $200. We're investing in every other L1 that is going to be the next Ethereum.
That's probably really true. I hadn't thought about that. You're basically just going to win out on the community because the entire environment has changed and VCs will own everything and that's funny too, because everyone would say that Solana is the VC L1, but like in comparison to like, what was it, like SEI or whatever? What was the one that just released? I'm spacing on it.
Yeah. Someone would have asked. Yeah, the Korean one.
Sweet?
No, the Korean one.
Sweet. I think Sweet was the one that just came out where that was like, like I wound up getting some of that, but that was just because someone was like, oh, you're like a Twitter crypto influencer guy. Do you want a pre-sale for this? But I think it was like entirely like VCs and like random friends.
Everyone was shilling that during consensus. I didn't get any though. Yeah, that was the bag to shill. Sui and I guess a little bit of Aptos, but they had FUD, so it didn't really do anything.
God, that's so funny. That's really bad though.
What?
That's like, because I mean that seems to be the other trend from the industry overall, is that like everything that did well last cycle just gets mogged by VCs. So they have to find, there has to be like a new thing that VCs don't touch, and it seems that right now it's literally just shitcoins with no projects at all.
Yeah.
Listen, shitcoin is a project. It's a whole endeavor, dude. It's a whole way of life. That's the thing. That's the thing that people forget. It's a meme. It's a community. That's it. But yeah, no, it's not a real project unless there's a real like. I don't know. I think actually the thing that we also forget too is that there's a lot of like actual products now that are like stable and you can use and like do all the things that everyone's been like wanting to do for years. So that's also the other thing. Like we're not really going anywhere. I don't know how anyone can like be super bearish when it's like there's actual shit now. Like last time there was nothing, right? It was just like a fucking dream and a wish and a dream or a hope and a dream or whatever the fuck. But like now it's like, okay, now we can actually like do stuff. There's documentation. There's all kinds of things.
God, the documentation is so much better, dude. The documentation was like, I mean, there were so many projects that I would be using before, and it was clear that it was like some Fiverr guy was hired to write this documentation. He would be like referencing pages that don't exist, and like the GUI would be like totally different than how it actually was when you were using it. The contract would have been like changed or something, and you're just like,
people actually care now. Like it's a lot better.
Yeah.
So
there's some dork who's gonna write like a 500 tweet thread about you if your docs suck now, which is like that rocks. Like the Adam Cochranes of the world have actually, God bless them in some ways.
I'll keep that in mind. I need to get him to show my docs when I write one. I'm gonna give him a secret tip that has been me the whole time.
I don't think he's a big doc shiller guy, but he's like when I think of the crypto thread war guy, like that's Adam Cochrane. Like, do you remember last run where he wrote like it was like a full tier list breakdown of like oh, these are my favorite, and it was like literally like 580 tweets or something. Like
Bro,
he
yes,
shilled,
that was insane, dude.
he shilled every single coin on CoinMarketCap, like
It's
top
like,
500.
Bro, he like shilled 25 out of the top 100. I was like, bro, like you didn't need to write this entire thread. I could have looked at CoinGecko and read the descriptions, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that was the other great thing was there was nothing that was like original information that you could
Bro,
get.
there was no outfit in it. There was no outfit in it, bro. It literally was like a summary page of 500 tweets, the entire CoinGecko page. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
You fucking grift those followers, bro. I feel you. That's what
he did, man. And I think the other funny thing is like every time I've seen like DM leaks from Adam Cochrane, it's been like you can tell that it's all like for an audience, right? Like he's never talking like one-on-one to you. He's horrified at all times of being screenshotted.
That's so funny. That's terrifying.
He doesn't want to say anything he'd be like caught out saying. Which is like, I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of how you got to do it in crypto, right? Like if somebody reaches out to you and you're worried about your reputation, you can't, especially on Twitter, right? Like if it's on Telegram or something, you can kind of say whatever the fuck you want, and then it's just gone.
Delete the messages, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But Twitter message history is permanent.
It's dangerous, bro. Like I swear, the stuff that I still get tagged in that I said 2 years ago, it's insane, bro. Like there are photos that I posted on Twitter, and people have like memed them, and they just have them in their gallery, just posting them randomly. Like stuff.
Yeah. Like you become part of like nuts. Community war, right?
Bro, they put you in a video game, dog.
I know. This shit is crazy, bro.
That's because you just be posting when you're drunk.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
yep, we got you forever.
Yep.
Every time I go to a meetup too, and someone like pulls out a camera, like there was that girl who had the film camera, and I was just like, oh my god, like,
oh yeah, they love cameras.
Yeah,
it's over for me if this happens ever again, right? Like every time I go to a meetup, and it's like at this point, like I wasn't really like publicly doxxed, but I'm like damn near as close as you can get to it now. Like I'm basically 2 more meetups away from just posting my face on the timeline, because it's like, who fucking cares? Like everybody knows at this point. And I keep thinking like, oh, like it's not that big of a difference between here and like where like Z is at, but like it actually is, because then you become like public front facing figure. People work you into like like the video games, into the memes, into
you and Size Chad, dude, are like you're in a competition right now for the most doxable face.
Yeah, I know. Bro.
Yeah, you walk into a party, it's like, hey, everyone's like, oh, it's Z. Yeah, like, you become like a mascot. That's crazy.
It's cool though. I mean, it was weird at first when it happened the first time when I was in Barcelona for the AVAX conference, and that was my first time going to like a big crypto event after getting a ton of followers. I walk into the conference and people were like, Ansem, and people were trying to take pictures with me and shit. I'm like, bro, why the fuck do you want to take a picture with me, bro? Like, so random.
You have a big account, dude.
I'm like, yo, I have followers on Twitter. Like, what? That means nothing. Like, what?
It means a lot more than you would think.
Surprise! I mean, like we've all gotten money from Twitter at this point, so it's like it means quite a bit. I got jobs, I get money.
Does it like scare you though? Because I mean, like people, I never go out like flexing money or anything like that. And if anyone checks my wallet, they're gonna be like, like it's not even like if they, I identified Lucas, but like it wouldn't even be worth killing me, right? Like it would
Right.
be the legal expenses wouldn't be worth it. But like you're known for actually having money. Like, are you terrified all the time?
Nah, I'm broke, bro. I don't got no bread. I'm broke. Know that,
bro. I lost it off the coast of Tobago, bro. You got me
right, bro. Y'all see how far down Jewel is? I have $0.
That was brutal, dude.
Jewel, dude, I somehow made money off of Jewel despite being like, like, because I remembered seeing you shill Jewel probably 800 times. Yep. And on like the 801th time, I was like, maybe he's got something to this. Maybe there's something going on. And I bought it at like $4 and it went to like $10. And I was like, wow, maybe when these guys like shill stuff and they got like, they got some track records for good shilling, maybe I should just buy. Mm-hmm. And I sold at like $10, and then that was when they did the whole like locked Jewel market or something.
See, this is where I got fucked up because I tried to huff my own farts here. I started locking my fucking Jewel. What is it, crystal? Whatever that thing. I lost. Dude. The crystal's what got me. If I had just kept it at Jewel, I'd been like, I'm chilling. But crystal, and I started buying the expensive ass NFTs on Jewel on the game. That's when I got fucked. But
Crystal was the specific thing that taught me like a generalized rule in crypto that I've followed, and it's like saved me a lot of money. But it's like if somebody does something that like hits a home run and everybody makes a ton of money off of it, and then they're like, hey guys, did you miss our first run? We're doing that same thing, but again.
and then everybody who had like was not with it at all the first time is like, yeah, we're doing that, bro.
Never touch that shit. It never ever works.
Literally, when it's like when something is so consensus like that like literally everybody is on it and there's nobody else that could possibly buy after you because everybody's already like, yes, this is 100% to play. It never works, dude. Never.
Very true.
Never, ever. Because it's like, who else is going to buy?
Yep, like you have to be in a trade where everybody is calling you like an idiot. That's the only way you're ever going to make it.
Every single time, every single trade in crypto where I've made the most money, I have a horde of people calling me retarded for weeks beforehand.
That was open exchange for me. That was 100% open exchange. Not only were they calling me retarded, they were calling me like evil and telling me that I was going to, and they're still telling me that I'm going to go to hell for it.
Bro, the other thing is if you post about it and you get like one like, I'm like, oh, this is a fucking killer play right here.
Yeah, like that's why I'm still bullish. Is because people are still telling me to kill myself for associating with Kyle.
I learned this from Kazanomics. Shout out to Kazanomics. He's like, bro, there's one thing he said to me that stuck me forever. It's I could put alpha on the timeline and only like 10% of people will ever recognize it. And that's how you know it's alpha. It's like I could share all my secrets with you and none of you guys are going to recognize it except for the people who would have won anyway. Right. It's like it's an alpha because it's like it's ahead of the curve already. And I was like, damn, that's so true, bro. That's when I was like, I'm going to start shilling my own shit and see what's alpha. Because when it gets 1 million likes, you're like, all right, it's over. Game over.
It's really like the only corporation's problem, but I am saying corporation because I'm referring to Remelia here. Remelia was the only fucking group that's ever broken this rule consistently. Like they released Miladies. Miladies didn't mint out for 6 months. Then they did, and then they mooned. Then they released Remelios, and people still didn't mint them out for 6 months, and then they minted out, and then they mooned. And then they released Yayos, and then they didn't mint out for 6 months, and then they mooned. And it's just like, now I think the market finally gets it. Like I think they get that when Remelia releases stuff, they should be buying it. But like I've never seen 3 in a row of just like 6 month not mint out to mooning. That was like really insane.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because that's how you know this alpha's still there too though. Because like again, people still like, oh, it can't happen twice. But that's the thing with Crystal. Everyone was like, oh, this is gonna be the shit. This is definitely gonna go to like $100. So. That's
Crystal was awesome because I went into Booba Hub and I was like really sketched out about like using this much money because I had never really used more than like 5 figures before. And everyone was like, dude, it's like guaranteed. It's a guaranteed play, bro. You have to go all in on Crystal
Free
Veil.
Money, bro.
Yeah. And so I did. And it fucking wrecked myself. I think that was one of my single worst trades of all of the last bull run.
That's up there.
Yeah, that shit was down immediately, down only, down a lot, down consistently. Like that shit was
like there were no like relief pumps
no
either.
green
Like,
candles. It was none, bro. For like months. That shit is. I'm pretty sure that shit is still going down to this day. Like, yo,
is the game better?
The game actually is better now. I logged into it the other day because obviously I wasn't gonna mass like. It would have taken me way more effort to mass sell all the heroes I had than like just hold on to them. So I still have all the fucking NFTs. But now there's like a ton more stuff that you can do. Like they have all these different abilities and shit. There's a whole different skill tree. Like there's more classes. It's actually pretty cool. Like I looked at it and I was like, damn, if they could have done this like a year ago, then like this shit might have never went down.
I think there is also like an interesting factor with the games where like you know, like the financialization of the clicking, it does actually make it better even if the game itself isn't better, right? Like if the token price goes up so much that every click makes you like $4 instead of 3 cents, the game becomes fun. Right? Yeah. Like you still get the dopamine hit even if you're doing exactly the same thing, just because your brain knows, okay, I'm making this much per activity versus like a much smaller amount. And that's always the thing that's like weird about the crypto games, right? Is, you know, like the step-in thing where you would like, okay, like they had a token that would track like how many steps you did based on some like phone-based GPS activity they would like link to your account, right? And that was a really fun thing until the token price went down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so like everybody loves exercising, but there's a certain point where they stop loving exercising because they're not getting paid enough. And it's the same thing with shilling too, right? Like you want to do like a promotion or a giveaway or something. There's like an optimal range where like if you promise like a $25, $35 giveaway, people will actually participate. But then when you drop to like $10, nobody fucking touches it.
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Speaking of DeFi Kingdoms, Bob Laxative is shilling it now on the timeline. That's kind of crazy. I haven't heard that shit until today.
No, he's not. But he's shilling DeFi Kingdoms. Oh, look at
he is, bro. He just tweeted about it.
No way.
He'll meme anything into reality, bro.
Bob Lax will, bro. Dude is crazy.
He is one of the most impressive. I don't know how he does it. But he knows he has a killer instinct on meme coins. He'll just make a meme coin, fucking shield it. Like people just forget. I don't know what he does. He got something. He's got some fucking magic to him.
He does have some meme magic, bro. He does have some meme magic. I don't know what it is.
I gotta learn it.
Yeah,
I gotta just watch.
You would think you'd be good at it too, because you're good at memeing in general. But you gotta.
Well, my thing is that like I can't like seriously promote things and have anyone like believe what I'm saying. Like everyone thinks that I'm just doing some like sociopathic like trickster shit. And like when I tell them like buy Open Exchange, they're like, oh, like Lucas is fucking. And I'm like, no, like literally, like it's a good token. Like I'm going to make it go up. Like I swear to God. And they're like, oh, dude, that's a good one, Lucas. Like that's a funny joke.
That's actually funny as hell. That's crazy. Yeah. But no, bro, have you seen have you seen Racer's thing, the friend tech shit?
Yeah. The used to be the steel cam, but now it's like a different name.
Like
that was such
that was now it's friend tech, yeah.
Yeah. The steel cam was like I understood that based on the name. I don't know if I understand friend.tech based
Steel
on
cam
the name.
is a very good name, but I think he wanted to expand it because he wanted it to like move away from being like OnlyFans light. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand the, like I saw all of these crypto girls getting like 5 ETH for like pictures of them in bikinis. And I was like, I don't think Racer's going to be sitting there being like, based. I'm glad that my tech has improved the world.
That was his original idea, though, was to do that. Because it's an instant moneymaker, obviously. But, you got to have some expansion, right? You don't want to
but like that wasn't his like broad vision for things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, but I think it's going to be cool. I mean, essentially, from what I understand, is like you get a token that's associated with your like online persona, your Twitter account. And so everybody has like their own token or whatever, and it's going to launch like whatever through their platform. And then you can like trade it. So that's why it's called friend tech. It's like your friends, but like you're trading whatever back and forth. I just think it's going to be so funny. Like, when somebody does something, there's always main characters in crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just like varies from whoever is like most popular month to month. And sometimes it's really good, sometimes really bad. But like, if I could see that on a chart, I just think it would be so funny, bro.
Dude, I've been trying to get people to trade like influencer vaults for a long time, right? Like I want there to be a betting market for like who's going to grow their account like X amount this much, who's going to stagnate, who's going to be a loser, like who's going to have shitty posts that this is something, because like this is the only fucking thing that I'm good at is like being able to tell who's going to be like a well-calibrated socially the person who grows and becomes like an influencer. Like I can pick them out at like good, like 100 account size.
Same, dude. No, same. That's what I'm good at too. That's like why I'm kind of hype. I'm like, bro, I can see, because I also like now that I have so many followers, I get so many replies nonstop. So I see a ton of people. I'm like, wait, this dude only has
who
like
the good
10
replies
followers.
Are eventually, right?
Yeah, this dude only has 10 followers, but he's like consistently knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna buy his token. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
That's the way to do it.
And then there's different categories of it too. This was I actually did like an entire bullshit space on this with Asparagoid, Lunkdow, whoever it is. He called me on as a guest and he was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, I'm going to interview you and just make up like a crypto protocol. And we made up Pussy Protocol. And the idea was that we were going to be having like female influencer vaults. And we were like, yeah, women in crypto have historically been very, very underperformant in their ability to financialize what they bring to the table, right? So we want to make sure that these people can receive financial kickback from their feminine energy that they bring to the influencer sphere, right? So you're going to get like a percentage of each vault, and if they perform well and they grow their influencer, they grow their influencer metrics, their account size, their TikTok, etc., then they're going to be able to bet on themselves and profit from that.
Yeah, this game. This is like very similar to like the. Oh, I'm not going to give him a free shill right now, but just like the betting market, I mean, like the information betting markets. For some reason, I'm shocked that's not like a bigger thing already. Like, it seems like crypto is like the perfect vehicle for all those, like, event bet on who the president is, this, that, and the other thing. Like, you would think that would just be like a daily occurrence, but unfortunately, I guess it's not. I don't know why it's not taking off.
I mean, I want to do it just like with X. Like, if Elon was a little bit trickier, I think he would have a lot of fun doing stuff like coming out and like allowing people to hook up their bank accounts and bet on like how well a tweet is going to do, or like how pissed off people are going to be in the replies.
He's adding
like
stocks allegedly. That might have been fake news, but he wants to make this a financial platform, so I could see him doing that. He might, because
he's already done. I mean, like he's already done this to some extent.
No, he wants to make this a full financial protocol. So I saw a tweet said that he wanted to add it, but I think that was like fake news. But I mean, effectively, he wants to make this like a one-stop shop for like all financial shit, since he's already like chilling Doge on it anyway, and it already is connected to financial markets. It's like, might as well just make this the fucking.
Well, and now that he's allowing us to get kickbacks from ad spend, it's like,
so good.
Have you done that yet? Have you set it up?
Yeah,
no, you did set it up.
I set it up. I have not gotten my payouts, but it looks like.
Have you been approved?
I haven't checked actually.
Yeah, dude. I haven't done it yet, but I low-key want to check and see.
You're going to have enough for it. And like the thing is that like you're probably going to be able to pay for like your living expenses, unless you're like, well, okay, you're going to be able to pay for the average American citizen's living expenses, I should say.
Yeah, you have like a
pay for my alcohol.
Yeah, you're gonna get like a few K off that. You should at least get at least 2 or 3K off that at your size.
I should check it, bro. I haven't done it yet. But like, if it's not just gonna be pennies, I'll definitely do it.
No, it's not. No, it's paying like more than most platforms. It's like I've seen like for like a 60K account, I'm seeing like everyone make at least 2,500. Yeah, like it's making like it's like the smallest I've seen check wise was like $800.
Damn, nice.
If you get 15 mil impressions in 3 months, they approve it.
Bro, my impressions have been so high recently. Like they doubled in the past month.
It's because you made the Solana call and everybody told you to kill yourself, and then it was right.
they're still telling me to kill myself.
Yeah. And they're gonna keep telling you to kill yourself until like $100.
Yeah, legit, bro.
There's a point, honestly, where like it goes from them thinking that you're a retard to them just seething, but they like it's a seamless transition. They just instantly go across the spectrum, and like you're getting the exact same responses, so you don't realize even that there's been a reason change.
Yeah.
But like now the driving rationale is like, I fucking hate this guy because I should have listened to him, and I have literally I have destroyed my family's finances because I didn't.
Bro, that's so true. That's dead accurate, bro. That's dead accurate.
I've been watching it with Ox, dude. It's insane because like all the people who they went from like righteous indignation, but now they have all these like all of these accounts who are just reposting AI generated pictures of oxen with like the ox emoji in their name, just like celebrating, and like they're just sitting there on the sidelines like that Squidward GIF from SpongeBob where he's like looking out the window just like pissed off at SpongeBob in the streets.
Yeah. It's comedy.
That's funny.
Man.
That's the thing.
I swear it's like a reality TV show. Crypto Twitter is legit like a reality TV show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you learn about basic human psychology from involving money in all of this posting stuff, right? Like there is definitely a sense that when you involve money in the emotionality of humans, like everybody follows these like extremely predictable like crabs in a bucket pattern.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
for
very
sure.
true, dude. It's very true.
Even people who are like otherwise like really nice and good, like people who themselves should be capable of generating like a lot of money will still get like FOMO and pissed off at like good friends when they like make a lot of money. It's really bizarre.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing,
it's
though.
human nature, bro. I mean, and it's funny because that's why, like, that's literally the reason why TA works. That's why, like, parabolas always break down. That's why, like, when everybody's seething and angry and then chart refuses to break down, that's why stuff is the bottom. That's literally why, because human emotion doesn't change. And the greed and the fear, it's literally the realest thing in markets, because it's always the person behind the screen that's trading all these coins. And like, that never changes human psychology. When people say TA doesn't work, you're basically saying that human emotion changes.
Can't be predicted.
It never does. Like,
It's very, and that's also why, you know, like the moon affects it, like full moons and shit, all that stuff works. Crypto trading, it's like, like the human behavior is very predictable, especially in a group. Like individually, it's a lot more erratic, but in a group, you always know how people are going to behave. It's the most predictable thing possible.
I would actually, where does Z stand on astrology? Are you astrology pilled?
Bro, I'm not, but like, I feel like I could be, you know, like if somebody really like who was super, super knowledgeable on it, hit me with like everything at once, I feel like I could be convinced, but I'm not. Like, I haven't done the research on my own to be like, yeah, this is the end all be all. I know my sign, but that's about it. Yeah, right, dude. You run into enough of them. Yeah, for real.
They got in my head, bro. I'm like, no wonder they broke up. It's the full moon in Aquarius. I'm like, damn, dude, I got wrecked.
No, I met up with a couple of them the last couple of days, and they looked at I didn't realize this. I literally have like over 7 Scorpio placements. So they looked at my chart and they were just like, holy shit, man, you actually have like the most like insane, scary chart I've ever seen on anybody ever. And they spent like 3 hours just like fucking negging me and my chart. And I was sitting there and they were like, the only reason not every person in the world hates you is because you have an Aquarius rising. They're like, if you had any other sign there, like, I don't understand why your mom didn't just wait, dude. Like, you really, like, this is insane of her. And I was like, oh my God, dude.
I know, they go so hard, bro. Like, they go hard.
Yeah, well, the annoying thing is that like it's right. Like, all of the stuff that they say is like accurately predictive of like my behavior under certain circumstances. And you know, it's not annoying now because I've just fully accepted it. But there was a period where it's like, oh, this shit is fake. Like, it's a meme. And now I'm just like, oh, fuck. Like, the stars determine everything.
My sister will fucking predict my relationships, dude. I'm like, damn, if it's that, like, the exact reason it's going to fail, I'm like, oh, fuck. That's crazy. But hey,
there's
listen,
something.
I'm easily convinced, though. I mean, if you show me something that worked 3 times in a row, I don't care if it's like fucking like reading seashells. I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
I mean, a big thing for me is that like I want it to be true just because I like believing in wacky shit. So it's not super hard to convince me that it works because I'm like, you know, it's like romantic. It's this is the other thing is like I really like supporting things that don't have support, right? Which is actually like really good in crypto because that like I want to be the contrarian. I want to be the guy buying the thing that everybody else says this fucking sucks and is super stupid, right? And like that's like the turbo make it plays. Unfortunately, it seems like we're kind of at the part where we're at the part of like the on-chain stuff where like you have to be mid-curving things a bit, you know? Like it's like the Dogecoin trade, right?
Yeah. Well, like the current one or the next one or the last one?
Most of the things that do well now are like I would consider them more like mid-curve options than hated options. Like MOG came out and nobody hated MOG, right?
Yes.
Like we bought MOG because we were like, oh, like everyone's gonna buy MOG.
Yeah. So did you see like the new Dogecoin trade, bro? You see Elon updated his location,
bro. If he fucks with us one more time, dude, with this fucking Dogecoin shit,
he's gonna add this shit to the website, bro. He's gonna add this shit to Twitter. Look, his location is XD.
I saw it. I saw it when he did it. I was like, he can't do this to us again, bro. He can't do this to us again. Bro. He's just been fucking with us for years now. Like,
dude, he forced me to turn on tweet notifications for him specifically because I kept getting like I remember the one time I got like liquidated on like a super fucking safe like 3x leverage call was because of an Elon tweet going like literally like 30 minutes after I entered the position and he just like tweets in the other direction. I was just like,
it's over. He's like the new McAfee from like 2018. McAfee would say a coin name and it would just go to the moon.
But that was the thing. Like McAfee would at least moon shit. Like Elon will occasionally blow shit up.
Yeah, he will blow shit up too.
Yeah.
Bro, Elon's going to send Doge to like $10. Watch. Bro, do you know Wolong?
Yeah.
The guy who made the God. I'm convinced, and I've had it on. I've been tweeting about it for a long time. I look back, the first time I did it was like 2019. But I think Elon was Wolong the whole time, bro. I'm telling you.
It might have been him,
He wrote
bro.
the God PDF. He fucking moves the markets like he's Wolong. He's been shooting about Doge for like a hot minute.
It honestly might have been. I know there's a lot of Wolongs around, bro. Like they're just fucking around on chain. Like there's no other way Pepe went to 1.8 billion. Like what are you talking about, bro? How does that even make sense? Like how's that else is that even possible? With 1.8 billion in 2 weeks,
We don't got
like, dude.
we don't have 1.8 billion money to like move it.
I want there to be some fucking story, man. Like there has to be some sort of like insider Pepe story. It can't literally just be that it organically grew to 1.8 billion, right?
Yeah, no way.
Are we just
it was
conspiratards?
It was a ton of whales that were fucking buying this shit. I just don't know how the fuck it all happened like that. I mean, it was obviously momentum. The last leg was driven by shorts getting like licked, and then perps and just buying on the exchanges. So that part makes sense to me. But still, in 2 weeks, like no asset has done that ever. Like what?
Mm-hmm. I had the thought of like like I should have just bought. I should have just bought. Like I had that thought probably like 9 times over the course of that first week, right? Because we were in the fucking group chat and DJ and Harambe is like, oh yeah, like guys, check this out at like 30K market cap or something. And I was in Tokyo at that point, and I was like, I'm not gonna deal with buying shit at this point. I'm trying to deal with like a bunch of people on ketamine. It's not gonna be what goes on in my life.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when those runners like really run, and you're like, oh, I missed it. It's already 10 mil market cap. That's the real pain. You see that shit goes to fucking like 1 million, and you're like, oh. Well,
yeah, because I was charting it against other meme coins.
Oh yeah. Oh well, never get the Pepsi to the Coke, bro. That's the other thing I've learned now these days. You don't want like the Pepsi to the Coke will pump for like one day, but Coke will keep going forever. Like the original meme will go to like 1 million because like it's like the because that's the one that like has the most like social weight to it, right? So the people who are late, who end up being the exit liquidity, they keep hearing about it for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Like like the crypto shillers on Instagram, they hear about that shit like 2 weeks later, and then they start shilling it, right? So it's like the original meme is the one that goes like forever.
Yeah, no, that's something that like I should have learned last cycle is just bet on the strong horse and like don't take your money off. Like just leave it there. You know?
Yeah, betting on the strong horse is the best play always in crypto for some. Your what is it called? Your monkey BAYC. That shit'll when it was at 2 ETH, I was like, oh, this is just going to 10, like max 10 because this is a stupid picture, and it goes to like 100 something, right? It just fucking there's infinite liquidity for the like
the strong horses are like totally unbounded by any sort of like weird philosophical or logistical constraints, right?
Yes,
like they just keep going forever and ever and ever. And it's the same way with all of the weird frog based meme coins, all of the like even with the Milady derivatives, right? Mm-hmm. Like everyone, I guess the best example of the strong horse versus like the high beta play for me was like there was Pepe and then there was Wojak, and people started trying to bet on Wojak as like a higher beta play of Pepe, and then Pepe just outperformed it all, even though it had like 100 times the market cap.
Exactly.
It's like
that's how it always is too. That's how it always is. And now I've learned my lesson because I've tried to play the secondary market bet, the secondary coin 1 million times, and it failed every single time. Just double into the strong horse. That's
just buy the brand name, man.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think the strong horse is going to be this cycle? Like the new one? I have no idea.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I feel like it's just going to be.
Are we talking like strong horse from like a meme coin perspective,
no, just like
or
coin?
Like, I mean, like the top, like out of the top 100, like stuff that's trading, or like some of the newer stuff that launches.
I'm gonna go with optimism. I feel like optimism because it's low. It's like $1 or something right now.
Yep.
That's like early enough. That's like low enough of a price that people feel compelled to buy it. and take that from 100 to 1,000 or something, or I don't know, it'll do something retarded.
And that is interesting. So like optimism is around $1 billion to like FDV fully diluted. But as I was saying earlier, we have no idea how to price these rollups. Like,
Yes,
you don't know
exactly.
how to, if you're going to suppose to price them as an L1 or price them as some portion of Ethereum or what. Because OP-Stack is going to have multiple different rollups. So if those are all under the same token, it's like multiple different chains, like all.
Yeah, there's a lot of utility now.
Yeah, so it could be interesting. I don't know. Solana, I think, went to, what did it go to? What, like 200 billion or something?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like it went super high. And typically when you have these, like the next market cycle, stuff goes higher than it did the previous cycle.
Yes.
So that's why I think whatever L1 or L2, it's like going to be somewhere crazy high that people aren't really expecting yet. Like there's nobody right now being like, oh, Optimism is going to 100x. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, but
I'm kind of saying that.
To 100 billion, that's actually not even, what is it? It's at $1 billion market cap. Like 100 billion market cap doesn't even, like that's, like Ethereum is at 200 billion right now. Right? That's not even that unreasonable considering like last time Bitcoin was like 1.5 trillion at the peak. Right? 100x on Optimism sounds very plausible to me. Easy, if not more. I mean, like, I don't know. I could totally see like several coins being in the 200, 300 bill range.
Oh, I'm tripping. Solana went to 70 billion, 80 billion.
It only went to 70?
80 billion, yeah. 80 billion market cap.
80 bill.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, yeah, I could definitely see it hitting what Ethereum's at now, 220 bill. I could see it being like the value in the peak bull market, the value of Ethereum right now in the bear.
That would be like $400. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
doable.
implausible. Yeah.
That sounds doable.
See, I can't even really give you like a great guess on this because probably like 50% of my tickers that I'm watching are like from you, Ansem. So you're like asking. You're asking me for advice, but I'm just gonna regurgitate your own opinion.
Yeah, Terra went to 100 bill, and from 100 bill to 0 in a day. So listen, if I can go to 100 bill, then anything can go to 100 bill. Shit. Actually, Terra was really cool. Terra was actually a really cool project.
Dude, I was a really fucking big Terra maxi.
Me too. I was chilling that shit.
Yeah, that was painful.
I was building on Terra. I was going to talk at the Terra conference.
Yeah,
but so it goes.
It was literally comical, though, to watch like millions of dollars literally turn into like 3.5 cents, right? Like it wasn't like I don't know. I had a tweet about this at a time, but like it literally would have been worse if Terra had just gone down like 50% than if it went to literal zero, because it wouldn't have been as funny. Like the fact that it was actually just totally vaporized, like I had all of that money that just like literally evaporated, was like cosmically hilarious. Whereas if I just like, oh, it's like it was a bad trade, like that's not funny, right? Watching the zeros add up and just like every single day, and like I had it locked in a stake too, so like there was nothing I could fucking do. I was just sitting there watching every day, like -90%, -90%, -90%. It was so funny.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't need to see another project go to zero like that. That fucking ruined everything.
That was terrible, bro.
That was terrible.
Terrible.
That was so bad.
Oh, jeez. I don't think it was like, I don't know. Like, it's weird because there's a lot of different catalysts for like what everyone thinks of as like the crypto explosion from this last cycle. But like, that probably was the thing, right? Like,
definitely that was the thing.
That probably was the thing, because I mean, the way that I saw things was like, Luna went under, and then people thought that Luna going under was what caused 3AC to go under. It wasn't. It's definitely like, there were some holes appearing in the ship at that point, but they were still afloat. They were still doing good. They didn't get BTFO'd until Alameda basically hunted them on FTX, right? So then 3AC going under wound up actually exploding FTX also, which is like funny. I guess they didn't like think about what would happen if they blew up.
You saw how many like fucking shell companies he was like, and how much like interwoven bullshit he was doing.
I think he literally just had no idea. But yeah, like I mean, they 100% hunted 3AC, and then killing 3AC killed themselves months down the line in ways that they like I guess didn't expect. But all of this, like 3AC couldn't have been killed if Luna never went under. And Luna, by all accounts, went under because of manipulation of the 4 pool by Alameda and SBF at the beginning, right? So like it was sort of like SBF beheading themselves in a series of ways that he didn't like really realize.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. He's a psycho though. He just he had a little bit juiced up on those amphetamine patches, and that's why he was just he was going wild.
Yeah, the weird Alzheimer's salts just really got him bouncing off the walls.
He had no fucking clue what was going on.
That Catherine pussy, dude, that fucking fucked him up.
Hey, listen, whomst among us hasn't destroyed billions-dollar business because of some pussy? That's the thing.
Whomst among us.
Whomst among us, bro.
Oh shit!
I've done it for no reason at all.
Yeah, I've destroyed my life over pussy for nothing at all.
Yeah,
let alone 100 pills,
so. At no cost.
Sometimes it wasn't even for pussy, dude. Sometimes it was just for like Twitter DM conversations, right?
Exactly.
What was your take on the whole blow up, Z?
On which, like,
are you allowed to give it
on Terra and SBF?
No, just on like last cycle's like a series of cascading bankruptcies,
bro. Like, I think it was. I want to say it was necessary, but like, I just don't know why it had to be so drastic. Like, it was just so much. Like, at the same time, it was just absurd. Like,
I feel like it was God kind of saying like. Like this is your final warning. Like, don't do this again.
Bro, it's like it's the same thing I said earlier, like how markets continue to work the way that they do because of humans' greed and fear. And those blow-ups are the exact representation of that also. But it's like, how many times can crypto have this happen over and over and over again until we're like taken seriously? Because we can't have every leader in the industry be doing fraud or something insane like or every single cycle. Like, bro, what's going on? That was my main reaction. I'm like, bro, they can't, like, at some point they're gonna stop taking us seriously if this doesn't change.
The man had like ads in the World Series and shit. He had like he was doing like, so much publicity and like
he had Tom Brady on his side. He had fucking Shaquille O'Neal, fucking Giselle. Like, bro, he bought a stadium. Like, dude, was the #1 donor to the Democrats. Yeah. Like, it almost like in my head, I was like, "There's no way he's not a plant when that happened because you were printing hand over fist. There's no way you could have possibly been losing money unless you did something extremely degenerate." You literally could have just let the exchange run on its own. You would have been a billionaire for a million times over. It's crazy to me that happened. I don't know, bro. Like my conspiracy hat was like, yo, there's no way. I
thought he had to have been a plan. That's what I thought too. I was like, he has to be a fucking like an operative.
Well, and the way that he presented himself too is so freaking funny, man. Like, this is literally like why I bought Solana, was because I watched all the ads of him like, oh, like I'm a goofy quirkball guy, and he's like eating like raw vegetables in the interview, like, yeah, like I'm a vegan, like, and he like says all of this like bizarre like Reddit shit, and I was like, oh, this is gonna send, dude. Like, they're gonna fucking the crypto dorks are gonna eat this shit up, man. Like, I am buying whatever he's selling, and it was great, except for the part where he did the whole like Goblin Town.
I'm convinced they keep talking all this shit about Giselle divorcing Tom Brady for his going back to football. No, that's because he fucking lost all their money in FTX. I swear to God, bro.
Well, that's the other thing is like if you lose your money in like like think about it, if you're like a trophy wife and your husband loses all of his money just like gambling, it's like whatever. If he loses it in a cryptocurrency investment, like you're gonna get fucking made fun of for the rest of your life, bro.
Yeah. I know that she said it as the football, but he was doing football for like 20 years while they were together. It's absolutely him losing, like, because he said he put all his money on the exchange, or like a lot of money on the exchange, or like at least $100 million or something like that. So he probably got like fucking liquidated in the process.
Yeah,
and she was like,
that was fucked, bro. He got licked in multiple ways.
Yeah, she took half his bag after he lost most of his bag. No wonder he went back to football, bro. Like, that's why he went back to football. He's like, I want another year. I need another fucking contract, bro. Yeah. I lost all my shit, dude.
I think that I don't. And now there's so many people doing the bankruptcy claims things too. That I don't know. Like, I think that's going to be like a really fun big catalyst for the next bull run is when there becomes like an efficient way to unlock like your FTX bankruptcy claim, and everyone who had like, like he had his 100 mil FTX claim.
Yeah.
He's going to get some amount of money for that, right?
Yeah. He's definitely filing for that.
So like there's going to be a lot of people who had like, because I mean, I know so many people who had like 7-figure claims on FTX. And like, if you give these people, like, let's say you say, oh, we'll give you 10 cents on the dollar for that. They're just going to say, yeah, fuck it. Sure. Right now. Instantly.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a mill. That's still like $1 million or something from 7 fig. So yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Like nobody's going to say like, I would prefer to wait 9 years and see where the bankruptcy filings go so that I can reclaim my money through U.S. court mandated like legal means. Right. No, absolutely. Nobody's going to do that. Especially with the way that like bankruptcy claims goes, like everybody experienced knows that the lawyers sort of vampire off all of the estate funds, right? Like there's a reason that they're trying to like push all of this, like oh FTX is gonna reboot, dude, like FTX2, like it's because they're trying to pump the FTT token, which gives the estate more money, which means the lawyers can like siphon more off, like they can charge higher fees. It's literally like FTX2 will never happen from like the FTX estate. It will happen in the sense that like spiritually there's going to be another big exchange that comes out, but like FTX itself is never going to be rebooted. The only thing that's going to happen is people are going to be tricked into pumping the token.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to try, you always got to try to pump the token.
Yeah, which is kind of evil because like these are people who like they already lost all of their money and like now they're trying to like buy the token again because they think it's going to be rebooted. Like they're getting scammed a second time.
Mm-hmm. What you talking about? What you saying?
With with FTT as a token getting pumped by, I mean, basically, yeah.
Why is that happening?
Essentially the lawyers are trying to push the idea of like an FTX reboot. And people are thinking, oh, if it's getting rebooted, then the token's going to be worth it. It's never going to happen. They want to pump because like the FTT token and all of the like the FTX estate holds an amount of FTT token. They hold a lot of it. And they will be able to sell that at a higher price if the token pumps, which means that the FTX estate has more money for the bankruptcy lawyers. And the bankruptcy lawyers are the ones basically trying to get as much money out of the estate as possible for their like livelihood.
Yeah, of course. But like, in whose right mind are they going to expect FTT to be worth anything at any point? Like how? Like what? I think it is going to get rebooted, but like the token obviously would not be a part of that. Like it was like why would the token be a part of that?
There's like 87 different models for how people think it's going to come back.
Damn,
okay, that's and wild. Some of the models include all of the existing assets being like repurposed.
Oh,
pump it,
interesting.
I'll keep my eye on that. I'm here for a scam.
I mean, it's not going to happen. Like I'm not like
yeah.
I'll put my scam.
I would probably be willing to bet like my right hand that FTT is never going to be incorporated into a rebooted FTX.
Listen, this is why you got to keep a scam wallet just for this shit. You keep the scam wallet just for the long shots. Cause I'll be really
mad. Z, you're saying you think that this shit's gonna be fucking rebooted?
FTX, yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure they said it was. I think that was confirmed the other day. I'm pretty sure.
Rebooted in like
and later this year.
In what sense though?
Like a different version of the exchange. I'm pretty
the
sure.
US one or the Europe, the other one.
The other one, like FTX in general.
Oh wow!
I'm pretty sure like this happened. I'm like fairly certain I saw this confirmed a few days ago.
This would be so funny if I left for like 3 days and I missed like I missed like the FTX like because this was something that I was like very sure was not going to happen because nobody wanted to. Like,
we know your track record was sure.
Yeah, man.
Your track record, bro.
I mean, I'm with you on FTT being worth absolute zero in all scenarios. Like, 100%.
In every outcome.
Yeah, like there's no shot at it. It's
listen, IDEX came back like 5 different times, so you never know.
Did IDEX get killed? I thought IDEX just iterated.
No, it iterated, but it went down in like 2019. Like they shut that shit down. I remember trading like Ethereum bullshit coins on there, and then it got shut down because of KYC stuff, and then they I guess it's version 4 now, but I remember.
Yeah, I remember watching them switch from version 3 to version 4 very recently.
I remember those old IDEX. They were lit. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh wow. They really did file.
Yeah. See, I just sent it.
Oh shit.
Right.
All right. Hey, listen.
What's it say?
Let's run it back turbo.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go edit this part out of the podcast where I said it's absolutely never happened.
They filed a plan for reorganization. All customer claims will be subordinated. FTT claims are zeroed. Oh, you're right about that. FTT claims are 0.
Nice.
So FTT is going to nothing.
So wait, though, are people having their claims like honored in terms of dollar value, like face value?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about that. It just says subordinated. So.
Because like I could see somebody buying out the back end, like the systems and like the matchmaking engine and like the interface and all that stuff, and repurposing that in the same way that like Open Exchange did with like CoinFlex.
Oh, wait a second. No, it says it's subordinated to the IRS. So that means that means that like it's still like going through all the claims and shit that it was going to before. But he said he had money, if you remember correctly. If you remember he had money still in the US version. So they're probably just using that money to create the old one and just bootstrap it.
Yeah, that would be funny if that was like the one thing that he was telling the truth about, is that the FTX US is totally solvent. Yeah.
Well, he had to because of the US. Like he had to keep up with the SEC and shit. So yeah, that's funny though.
Finally, the US regulatory environment has saved us.
Hey, listen, clock is right twice. A broken clock's right twice, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So hey, can't lose them all.
I don't know, man. I really just don't understand, because like in order to backfill this, somebody would have to want to honor all of these claims, right? Like that's the thing. Fundamentally, somebody would have to, instead of just buying out all of the existing, like the tech stack of the exchange itself, right? They would have to want to honor the claims. Why would anyone want to honor the claims? Like you would basically be donating just billions of dollars.
Don't know. Well, that's why they said the claims are subordinated. I don't think they're dealing with that.
Yeah.
I think it's like the debt buying it shit. Like that's
yeah. So this is kind of what I'm saying when I'm saying that, like, okay, I'll actually accept this as a full victory on my call, because me saying that FTX is never going to come back in this current form.
Total victory.
Yeah. This is still not the current form, right?
You heard it here first. Version Lucas is 100% accuracy.
100% accuracy.
Never wrong, ever.
Not once.
Yeah.
Except for Bitcoin too. We made that mistake, but that was last week. But we'll pretend that didn't happen. You know,
we were doing a really good job pretending it didn't happen until you just brought it up there, Verse.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry. You know, we should have. I don't know. It had nothing to do with me. That had nothing to do with me at all.
Oh, yeah. You were the one that brought it up. It didn't exist until you brought it up, Verse.
Yeah, oh, my bad.
We had a 100%, and now it's like 99.87.
Allegedly.
Is FTX going to be like? Is it going to be usable in the US again?
That I would have maybe.
I just don't understand. I do not understand how there are no approved perps exchanges in the US. Like how
you have to be what do you call it? Investor,
bro.
You have to be a accredited investor, and then you get like perps and shit like that. But like
on what? Where?
Isn't it the whole thing with like the reason why we can't do perps is because you have to KYC as an accredited investor, and then they had it on. I thought they had it on the US version if you were considered one.
On which exchange? FTX?
Yeah, wasn't it FTX? They had perps and shit if you were considered an accredited investor, or am I crazy?
I don't remember that. Well, I mean, you could be right.
That would be super funny though.
I just don't understand. That should happen. Why does Coinbase not have that then? Like for accredited investors?
No, I think the individual has to be one.
No, I'm saying like
for leverage.
Coinbase doesn't have any. They don't have any perps, right? They don't have any like they've literally made an offshore exchange for perps.
Oh, they did? Wait, what's their offshore exchange?
They're working on it like Coinbase International or whatever it is for.
Oh, hell
perps.
Yeah, love that. Yeah. Oh yeah, then I guess maybe there's like some loopholes they have to deal with that they don't want to deal with.
I don't know, bro, but I agree it's bullshit. Like there's so much other shit you can crazy. Like, bro, if you can do 0-day expiring options on any single stock, why the fuck can't we trade perps, bro? Like
that's actually a good point. Yeah.
all them shits go to zero, like 90%, bro. People don't know how to make money on options. they're worse than perps. It's insane.
Well, and especially because like right after like 2020, stocks started trading like fucking crypto, right? Like I don't know what fucking happened, but like all of a sudden like we see like negative 80 months on like Amazon or something. And it's just like how is this even possible? This is an actual shit coin.
Yeah. Everything was moving with Tesla for a while. Yeah, then we got
Tesla off the March 20 lows was insane. Like it outperformed Bitcoin, it outperformed everything. It was fucking out of its mind.
Tesla went crazy.
Tesla went. I remember that because I was like, "Damn, crypto is ripping," and then somebody was like, "Fuck you, look at Tesla." And I was like, "Whoa, holy shit!" That shit was crazy.
I really have liked watching like crypto and the stock market like just trade punches, right? Like you have like the GameStop shit, you have like the meme coins, you have like Tesla, you have fucking like the Amazon lows, like all of this stuff going back and forth with like which one of our markets can be more fucked up, right? And like obviously crypto is always going to have like bigger multiples, more beta, etc. But like it also, like if somebody tells you about like a 1 billion X in crypto, it'll never be that impressive just because we understand like like what can happen when you start at a 5K market cap. But in the stock market, when you hear about like a 200X or something, it's just like holy what on earth? Like that's totally different.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting hungry.
I'm too. My food's pulling up too.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a lot of time. This has been it's been fun. We actually you're the first guest since Samara that actually talked the whole time. Usually we just talk over everyone and they're just like sitting there quietly. So that's good.
Dude, we've mogged so many guests out. It's been like, I don't know if we're like assholes or if we're just picking like submissive guests, like really breedable guests or something. But like,
people find it funny the way we treat guests. We're just like, fucking talk if you want to, but I'm just going to keep talking anyway.
Yeah. No, that's
Do you usually, you come on, we should have like the interview questions about everything, right? Like, it's like, okay, Ansem, like how tall are you? Like what's your favorite coin?
Man, I've heard them so many times now. I'm like, bro, I'm good. I've answered that so many times.
But if you want to have the little reoccurring mini segment to launch your, did you want to talk about the shitcoins or some shit like that once every like week or so? What did you say?
Yeah, I think I am. I haven't like organized it fully yet, but I think I am gonna do some shit where I just like drink and talk about shitcoins, like all the fucking shit that's happened. Because every single week it's something insane. And I feel like only us on crypto Twitter are aware of how insane this stuff is every week. Like, bro, if I tell somebody that you could have sent money to an Ethereum address, got it on a roll-up, which is a different blockchain from Ethereum, bought something called Bald for $50, then it's worth $50,000, like, or whatever, $500,000 the next day. Then you don't sell, then it's worth $0. Then the dude adds liquidity back. And it's like, bro, I'm like explaining that shit to somebody. They're looking at me like I'm insane. I like really want to see somebody who has no idea what crypto is. I need to see that reaction happen in real time.
The other thing that you should do is you should like explain it in terms of equivalencies with like the conventional markets, right? Like you should explain it in a way that like the average boomer listening could like understand how fucking insane it would be by like comparing it to like what the equivalent in the New York Stock Exchange would be.
Yeah.
Like I think that's because all of this stuff is something like I've been thinking about this and talking about it with Zor too, is like crypto literally needs to be documented. Like crypto Twitter lore needs to be documented because this shit is insane and there's nobody who's like archiving any of it, right? Like all of this stuff happens and like in like another year, everyone's going to post like, yo guys, you remember Bald? That was fucking crazy. And everyone's going to be like, LMAO, you had to be there. But like there should be like a blog post about this shit. It needs to be documented.
Actually,
I think really so too, bro. Like there needs to be a living document of everything that happens in like crypto Twitter every week, and it can't just be the technical updates because we have enough of those. Like we have enough people being like,
and nobody cares. We want the drama, right? Like we want this to be a fucking sitcom.
That's what I'm saying because it is a sitcom. Like it's literally a sitcom, but nobody has made it a sitcom yet. And I'm like, well,
there's like
I might as well
actual
fucking
there's
try and do this shit.
characters, and it's funny because like there's like all these weird Scooby-Doo shits where like you pull the mask off and it's like, oh my god, this is 0x Sifu. It was Sifu all along, right? Like,
yeah, bro. Like it's literally like a fucking murder mystery every week. Like what the fuck?
yeah.
So it's funny.
We should do this, bro. We should if it's not video form or written form or something, we should all put together like the crypto Twitter like weekly newsletter.
I'm saying if you want to come on here and use this as a launch pad, we will welcome your.
If you hate us and you think that we're weird and you don't want to be associated with us in any form of capacity, that's fine also.
Hey, I love you guys, bro. I love you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. This has been fun. I'll let you eat. Yeah, cool. We'll have this up like this week probably.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, for
When he gets older, he won't sound like this anymore, right?